Oh, I think I must have knocked my thing or something. No, I was just sitting. I was just like slouching down too much. Uh, Here we are. It's Planzoo again. You know the drill. We're working on our beautiful waterfall. I wonder if I can. So things we need to do. Delete the water here. We need to get rid of that because we need to. We want to make this into like a stream, right? Like a winding stream that comes from up here. So we can have like a source for it up here. We'll have it like wind all the way down. I don't know how much of this we want to actually use the water for, because obviously the water doesn't actually work for oh, we need this bigger. The water doesn't actually work for like flowing down stuff by itself. You know, you gotta put all these like weird effects in and stuff to make it do that. It's to be ice. Not that small. The hell? I definitely moved my mouse more up that way. Well, I feel like I did. Start again. Okay. So I've been thinking about like the actual building here. It feels like, you know, I wanted to do like an East Asian style temple or something. But I feel like I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense to have Bengal tigers at an East Asian temple. Feels kind of like wrong to not have at least trying to do some kind of like subcontinental architecture. Which is a shame because I really don't know anything about. Well, I know a little bit, but you know, I'm really not very. I'm not going to be very good at the Indian architecture. I don't know much about it compared to other styles of architecture, which I might be a little better at. I was thinking of having like a bit of a pond, but I think probably it's better to just have it like sneaking down. Da, 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 da. Rock water. Oh, there we go. Is that higher? That's as high as it can go. It's not really any higher, is it? This bit here is like really shallow. Are there any other like real shallow bits? There is a little bit of like a lake that I've accidentally made. It's let's flatten that out some more. Yeah. Okay. The highest it can go. Kind of flat over here, so kind of flat. Kind of thingy. Shallow. That's the word. I wish like all the ground wasn't so like orange. I guess this one's not that orange, it's like a bit browner. We get like the long, the short grass. The short grass, I guess, works for a more temperate kind of climate. I guess it makes sense the ground is like pretty orange because we're meant to be in Australia. But, you know, you wanna like sometimes make it look like you're in a different place. That's quite nice already. Just having like the hill covered in this like short grass. I quite like the mixture of the short grass with like little bits of rock. We like turn the intensity down a lot. Get some light. Bits of light. We're not going to see most. Oh, well, yeah, we're not probably going to see most of this grass anyway. We'll have like some sections which are quite open. It's going to be less open than this one. We're going to have lots of rockery around the stream as well. Just select that one. I feel like we need to make the land around the stream a little bit higher, because we're going to have all these like rocks sticking out and stuff. I guess you can't really mess with the terrain that's under the water anyway, so we can kind of feel free to do as much of this as we want. So we'll have like a bit of like a clearer area around here, with just like low shrubs and stuff. I think like we'll probably make the edge of the habitat. I don't think we want this guy either. This like tiger rock collection. Just like grab a whole bunch of rock here, drag, duplicate it over here. Yeah, that's good. And a bunch of rock here too. That. I also want to like start trying to mark out where the edge of the habitat will be. Probably like around here. It's alright if we get some bracket in there too. So I think that would be this edge of the habitat, around here. We'll probably have room for another habitat in here as well, right next to the tigers. Which lucky animal will get to live right next to the tigers. Is something kind of like down here. Probably need these rocks to be taller, right? Quite tall, in fact, in order to like stop tigers from being able to climb over them. Assume tigers are pretty good at climbing, like most cats. Probably some of this will not, we won't want it like intersecting there too much, which will be, you know, inside the building. Well, maybe it'd be nice to give them a little like cave. They can like chill out and down there. Let's put some of these big boy rocks in here. Just around the bottom, helping shape this thing. We're still on random rotation. We are. It's actually pretty useful for the rocks. Chuck a rock in there. Just like this bit here, I'll carry on. Good. Gonna hold milk. Typing. Good at typing. It's a real big one. It's a little like nook there. Fill that in. Just a rock or two. Really easier to fill in from this side. Yeah, we can see it a lot easier from this side. It's good having the random rotation for the rocks. It really is. Makes them easier to put down in like a natural looking way. You know, when you need to, you can always rotate them to how you want them. Oh, that's a huge one. Very nice little one. So I'm trying to make a little cave in here for where like some of these rocks are a little bit big. They'll wreck our cave. Don't be leaning forward like that. Okay. Very bad thing to do. That's how you earn yourself a trip to the physio. Every time. Keep on leaning. Probably just not sitting in a good position, that's why. I must miss being young enough that I could just sit with the worst posture in the world and very little problems because of it. Nowadays, I need to be much more careful about how I hold my body because I know the consequences of doing it in a bad way. Of course, the reason that there are consequences so dire, I suppose, is because of all the time I spend in my youth holding my body in stupid ways. Like leaning in like this to play CSGO and stuff. Who would have thought? The people who told me not to do that when I was young were actually onto something. I guess I am still like fairly young too, on the grand scheme of things. I'm the oldest I've ever been though in my life, obviously. But people who are like legit old are probably like, what are you doing? How dare you talk about yourself as old? You don't know anything about being old, you young whippersnapper. That's what they're thinking. And you know, they've probably got a point. Not like that, just like sticking out there. That's like the same rock as that one. It looks weird having them like just like crossed over there. How's this for a little cave? I have a couple of these big wall pieces here too. Try and keep. Maybe we'll put some bedding in here for them. I'm gonna use so many rocks. Do like kind of stepped thing going on. I'm kind of just letting the RNG guide me, rather than like manually deciding which position I want the rocks to be in. I'm hoping that randomness is a kind of good proxy for nature. Nature's pretty random. It's not that random, but you know, like it's not truly random in the way it does things. There's like generally order to the things that nature does, but from a human perspective, it seems random enough. We want to make sure that we're... Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb, bro. That we're like... not covering too much of the interior of this place. This is a good one. Wait, is it like aligning to surface or something? I think it's because of the I think because of the random rotation, it chooses a random rotation, but it doesn't choose a random rotation in every axis, only in the one axis. So if you've got it rotated in a different axis, it just kind of goes up, removes all that rotation. So we do need to turn off the random rotation a little bit. Well, maybe it would be good to have another window here, actually. So we'll like lower these rocks down a little bit. So we'll have like maybe another little open area here for the Tigres. I'm thinking this building here will probably have to end up being a fairly like modern building, right? Because there's no old styles of architecture which have very big windows, really. And big windows are what we need. What am I doing? We need good big windows for the guests to be able to see the tigres. That's tigers, by the way. I'm just saying it in a silly way. That's fun to do. You can't stop me. No one can stop me. I mean, I can stop me, but I don't want to. I'm unstoppable. Or at least unstopped. What's the difference between having not being stopped and it being impossible to stop you. Like, the easiest way to prove that something is stoppable is to stop it. Mathematically proving that something's unstoppable. That's like the halting problem, isn't it? Very hard problem to solve. In general. For some examples, it's probably quite easy to solve. Ooh. I like having a little bit like jaggedy in spots. I also like putting E on the end of words just for fun, because jagged is already a perfectly good adjective. But jaggedy sounds better than jagged, right? Maybe. Citation needed. Or I suppose there is no citation possible for that. There is a kind of science to euphony, but it's not going to be a hard science, right? Just because, you know, generally things like sounds nice are far too subjective. I'm sure you could figure out rules as to what kinds of things sound nice in general, and more specifically what kinds of things sound nice to people from particular cultures and, like, you know, growing up with certain in certain environments. Like, to English speakers, right? Generally, they will find, like, what English speakers call guttural sounds to be, like, less pleasant. It's not like, it's not a common sound to hear in the English language, a guttural sound. But then in lots of languages, gutturals, what we call gutturals, which are really just like any like fricative further back in the throat than velar. Even velar fricatives can be called guttural sometimes. In a lot of languages, those are just like standard sounds. It's just like, you hear them all the time. They probably don't sound too unpleasant. They just sound like a part of the language. Personally, I kind of like guttural sounds. They're fun. Fun to say. You get to go like... When's it not fun to make, like, sounds with your throat, you know? I guess if you got a sore throat, it's probably not fun. I think we want, like, more... hill here. Let's make it nice and intense. Maybe we want the intensity down a little. Okay, so I'll have, like, we need a bunch of bracken and stuff in here. The start is just bracken. Just like trying to mark the border between the rock and where it becomes not rock. Probably have a lot of bracken around. Big one. Can I like align this to surface? Will it? We'll kind of like, yeah, we'll kind of like contour to the hillside. I think that's like pretty helpful. Maybe. We're gonna have like a whole big mess of like jungle in there. I assume Bengal tigers like a bit of jungle, don't they? Yeah, why is that one like sticking up so much? Something like that works. I want to like fade off, you know? I kind of want it in the crevices and stuff, but not in everywhere. Like that's thick in some bits. We want bits of like rock just kind of poking up here, so I'm gonna like turn this at like a big angle or something. I just wanted to get it at a good angle, and now I'm going to move it with this move tool. Okay, and ended up like putting most of it on the ground actually. It wasn't really the right shape. I don't know if I'll have like a bit which is kind of the shape that I'm looking for. Maybe this bit? We like rotate this up. Blue one? Yeah. It's more what I was looking for. Maybe that's... Cause I might want a second bit like this somewhere else. Thinking I'll put like something over there. That. Hey, how big is this thing? Habitat. huge, absolutely huge. 7,000 square meters. We only need like 2,000 square meters for a reasonable amount of lions. I mean tigers. And bears, oh my. So we'll have like, maybe we'll even have like a kind of like natural windy path going up along this way to some kind of lookout. Yeah, it'll just be a little lookout on top of some rocks. Maybe if we can do that with the with the paths of this game, I think we'll be able to figure out a way to do that. And then from there, you can, you have a nice view out over the tigers, and also over whatever we put over here, whatever we put over here. So that's I think I want it to be like fairly terrain conforming. Here, stay low. And start like increasing the terrain up. I probably want the little viewing spot up around here somewhere. Turn the intensity up a little bit. It's a bit easier to build. I'll put a bunch of rocks around this as well. It's not just going to be like a hill made of terrain. Flatten off the top a bit. What's that? Let's look at how a path could go through here. Just like natural path stuff. A nature path. A natural path that marks your terrain with curb markers. Curb railings. Just regular natural path. What's the difference between these? Okay, one's got like a little fence and one's got some posts. I think we want the one with just little posts. I don't know why it does that though. Why does it like... Why does it insist on making a bit that's like not not natural? I don't think it needs to be 10 meters wide either. Oh, so long. Maybe we'll make it like real short, because then we can really get it to like twist and bend. Too uneven. Maybe we need to flatten this bit out a little bit. A little bit more maybe. Is that gonna... That doesn't look like it's gonna like it, does it? Is there a way to... Yeah, that might work. A bit better. That's not gonna work at all. We're gonna have to like manually shape it. This like flatten to surface tool is not very good. Good one with that. We could delete a little bit of this path. Give ourselves more space to work with here. Look at that, and then we like smooth. Flatten. Yeah, that's not on. Flatten this out a little. Flatten this out a little. And we've got like, it's very steep actually, that's way too steep. How can we make this less steep? Surface like this. So that doesn't look too steep. And we'll smooth it a bit more. Path this thing up. Oh yeah, nice. We'll make it like real wide up here. Maybe it should, yeah, I don't know if we'll have it continue down that way. We'll just have it end here for now. We got a little, like, nature walk. And on this side, I think we want to lower the terrain down a bit more. Have it like a cliff along here. So you're like looking out over whatever's in here. But maybe have something like some kind of hill over here. Ooh. It's interesting. I don't think that one's doing what we want it to. A big, like, smoothing. Big pile of smoothing going on here. Because there'll be some other animal in here. Maybe this will be the main way to get a good view of it. There also have to be like a little building here or something where you can look at it. Whatever animal we put in here will, I think, will only go up to like here or so. It would be like an animal that needs a smaller amount of space. Some kind of a smaller animal, I suppose. What is up with this like weird thing here though? Just make this bit into that. Can we not make this into the natural path? Oh, it's because it's raised, I think. Maybe we like make it a bit of like wood. Yeah. Get back into nature. Yep. Yep, what? Every time. Oh, yeah, with the huh. Hmm. I think we just want to like stick a bunch of big rocks here. Oh, Troll Hunter. Aloha to you as well. I'm well. Doing great. Just putting down rocks, you know? What could be better than putting down rocks? How you doing? I'm in my zen place of rock placement. Thinking about how stuff should be laid out in a zoo. I don't know. Is that a zen place? Could be better, could be worse. Fair. Fair enough. It feels like that's almost vacuously true of any time, isn't it? There are a few times that couldn't be either better or worse. I don't think I've ever experienced a time when I thought, man, I could not be... Actually, maybe. Maybe I've felt times where like I couldn't imagine feeling any better than that. But then on reflection, I would think that that was more a failure of imagination than a failure of like the world to be able to offer a better thing, a better experience than what I was currently experiencing. You know? As long as we're covering all the little like nodule things, I think that's good. It's, you know, people just walk through. Little rocky walk. Do the walk. Do the walk of rock. Da 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 da. Singing a different song while a song is playing. Not the best, is it? Just let the game's relaxing music soothe me. Locked up in exam you thought you did well on. One more normal try for it. If you fail again, one try sat before an exam board. Oh. Yeah, that does sound like a little bit stressful. Do you know the material pretty well though? Could have just been a fluke, you know? But next time you'll smash it. So as long as you know what what the stuff is, right? Sometimes exams can be like a real bitch, can't they? Like, you think you know a subject pretty well and comes to the exam and it's all the questions that you didn't know as well. You know, like, it's the bits you didn't quite study right instead of the ones that you know like the back of your hand. Then the next exam, they put in nice questions which you can answer. Hopefully that's the case for you. It was just some stupid mistakes. You think you were very close, maybe 1 point off. Oh, okay. That's not too bad then. You should be able to ace the reset then. I'm rooting for you. You've got the skills. I believe in you. 56% of students failed the exam. Yeah, it feels like that's just a badly done exam, you know? They didn't calibrate it properly. I've definitely had exams that were like that before, where like a huge percentage of students failed it. Usually, when that happens, they'll do scaling to try to make it fit a proper bell curve, and you know that way you can, you know, you might turn a failing mark into a pass. Yeah, I got that song stuck in my head. No, like I've had exams where instead of they don't have people resit it. They just take the marks that everyone got in that exam that was like too hard, and they like scale your mark up or down. Um, Obviously, if the exam's too hard, they scale most people's marks up to try to make it so that the actual marks in the end will fit the, you know, the standard normal distribution. Ooh. Oh, my finger went kind of off, but you know the normal distribution. You've done any stats, you know the normal distribution. But yeah, I've definitely had exams before where they had to, after the exam, scale it. I've had exams where they had to scale it down as well, where like it was too easy, and so they scaled it so that some people who had a passing mark would have ended up failing. Which I guess that would kind of suck. But the point of the exam is to like see where people fit relative to each other, right? Not whether you can trip everybody up. And if the teachers are getting back an exam and marking it and going, oh shit, everybody's failing this exam, they're all probably panicking, going, oh, we've done a bad job. They know they've fucked up somewhere if that happens. Either like writing the exam, or maybe they just taught badly. Ooh. I like that. Just like a weird little like jaggedy bit sticking out. Ooh. What the hell is going on here? Blah. Destroy some plans you made for next semester. I was hoping you could choose programming with Python. It's an elective course. You probably won't do that now. Oh, that's a shame. From what I know, Python is like pretty straightforward, so if you did want to learn it, you could probably teach yourself. And there's a lot of resources for like any programming language really online. It is weird in the way it's typed, actually. It's like a strangely typed language, and then like it's like really loosely typed, I think. So you can kind of like do weird stuff that most other languages wouldn't let you do. I'm not super familiar with it all. Never done Python myself. That's not aligned to surface anymore. Need to get these rocks in here. Probably it will be easier to not. It'd be good to have like a bit of an overhang. Feels like that would make it harder for the tigers to climb up the rocks and escape. Not that they'd want to escape, right? We're going to make a perfect habitat for them that they'll never want to leave. Just be chilling around. There'll be cardboard boxes and like nice things like sitting on shelves that they can knock off. All the other kinds of things that cats like doing. Small animals to torture. Cats are really into that. Oh, that's the same as that rock. I don't have that. And to study quite slow and take your time. And when you get more and more motivated to get faster, and you're interested in something, stuff like that happens. Yeah. It's not great. But you know, it seems like you're pretty on top of things, right? Oh my god, my eyes. Haven't been blinking enough. I reckon you'll, yeah, I reckon you'll do pretty well. You'll be able to come out the other side of it. It is always hard to like get the motivation to study, isn't it? And for me, I always bit of a perfectionist. I think that has always helped me be motivated to study. I don't want to look dumb in front of the examiner or something. So I'm like, and I make sure I know everything really well. Easy to burn out that way too, though. Trying to be as good as you could possibly be at something. I really want to have like the people walking around on rock, but you know, you can't stick the rock out too much or the people's feet will be sinking into it. So we got to be a little bit careful with how much these are sticking out. Maybe just use like a bunch of like the very tops of these rocks. I just use way too many rocks. Next time I load the game, it will take like half an hour to load because I put so many rocks in. Yeah, I might get a good grade on the next one. You've never had to use your try before an examination board yet. Yeah, hopefully you don't have to. Hopefully the second one is just... Because you got another try at it, right? Before that? I'm gonna have to like manually align these, I think. What the heck? What the heck? What the gosh darn fucking... Okay. Bloody crying babies again. Yeah, we're gonna have to manually like get every single one of these into the position that we want it at. One more normal try, yeah. And if you fail the normal try, you have the chance. And it's good that they give you a lot of, like, you know, recourse if... Because it's very easy to mess up one exam that you should otherwise have succeeded, you know? There's all kinds of ways that you can just, you know, have an off day or something, not quite performed and, you know, to the level that you're actually capable of. So it is good that they have a system in place that kind of recognizes that. I like that. I like that. I think I want to get like this axis or like one of the axes into a good position here. We are going to have some amount of people just like walking through our rocks. It's kind of unavoidable. Like some of the legs and things will be sticking through. It's what I get for wanting the people to walk on rocks. Do I really want them to walk on rock that much? I kind of do, because the ground textures just look awful. I mean, they don't look awful, but they don't look like, you know, they don't make sense for what I'm trying to build here. And there's no, unless there's like some kind of hidden texture or something. Maybe the sand texture. All the textures like just don't work for what I'm trying to build. None of them have the right colors. Snow. Rock. Rough. Soil light. Soil heavy. Oh, that's very orange. I think like the rough rock maybe is the closest. There's no like color palette or anything for these, is there? I can't change the colors of them. I'd just love to be able to paint down some terrain that was the same color as these rocks. So it's easier to get it to merge with them. If you fail the try before the examination board, you get blocked from the studies for 2 years. And then after 2 years, you can go back and continue. Huh. That's interesting. So it's like, I guess it's like 2 years to like sort yourself out a bit. And then you're welcome back. These things still have random rotation on this. That's silly of me. I think I want to have like, so I don't want to have to put rocks throughout this entire thing, and the angle of the ground changes constantly too. This one's not easy to spin. Ooh. I don't want to like somehow blend the rocks with the path. You study only for that one subject for some weeks and nothing else. Yeah, it does kind of put you behind in a way, doesn't it? After the lab you have next week, another exam on the 2nd of Feb. Huh. It's interesting you got uni on during I guess because it's winter in the northern hemisphere. Or where I live, like it's summer break right now, so there's not really any uni on or anything until I think uni starts in March usually. And like school goes back for like start of February, end of January usually. Then you just focus on that. Yeah, that makes sense. That is also the thing with uni, isn't it? You've got like lots of different classes where you need to like juggle the study for all these different things. Which can get a little bit intense, can't it? I wonder if there's like any. Maybe the sand would look better. It really doesn't. It's like short grass, maybe. I think the short grass is actually the one thing which kind of works with these rocks. You can make it look kind of like it's moss on the rock or something. Probably want to put a bunch of bracken in here too. Little bits of that. Bracken. Right, that's the Dutchman's breeches. Here we go. Dutchman's breeches. I kind of want to like cover up some of these little patches with some bracken, even though it might look a little bit weird when the people were walking through the bracken. I think it will look better than the alternative. That's bracken, right? It's like low to the ground. Bracken's not like poisonous or anything, is it? Turns out it's like the worst thing ever to walk on. It's probably not. It's probably fine. It's like carefully placing bracken. It's in my life now. Good thing. Get a good grade on your next try. Everyone will say, wow, true. True, you can like really show off by getting a great grade after, after having to do the second try. People will be super impressed. Yeah, it kind of works, doesn't it? A couple of these like little ones in here. What else have we got that we could like? I guess the Dutchman's breeches kind of work. The Alpine Current. That's too like. What's that other one that's in our favorites? There's like cowberries. These ones are nice and low. We're gonna have to really like somehow get it to super conform. Fly to surface, see if that works. Yeah. Like this guy in here amongst the rocks too. So little bits of it poking out. Where's our bracken gone? There it is. I think we want some bracken around here too. Okay, the aligning to surface is doing some wacky things around here. That kind of works, doesn't it? Maybe I should actually make the border of the habitat now. Barriers. Let's use this glass border. I'm going to assume it needs to be quite long for laptops. Good. Section. I will control the length. Wait, is it curving? Oh yeah, it's curving. I just want this to be all like inside the rocks, you know? Then we'll make this a straight section. What? Come on. Angle snap. Let's make this whole bit just... No? That... Okay. No angle snap? Now can we angle snap to make this a bit easier? Yeah. The angle's not quite right, but you know, it's good enough. I don't really know how it's going to go on this side, but let's just do something like this. Click, 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 click. This whole like area here can be fixed up. Oh, that's interesting. Should we select the whole thing? It's like raise the whole thing up a lot. Make it huge. Maybe it doesn't need to be that big. It definitely doesn't need to be that big, does it? Let's raise the whole thing to be like at around that level. And if it's that high, I think that should be fine for stopping, maybe even slightly higher. That should be fine for stopping the tigers getting over. And we can like fill in the rocks based on that. So there's a few bits where it's visible through the rocks now, but it won't be in the future. I'm done with it. That will be fixed. Starters, let's do this. Maybe we just like stick a bunch of these over the bits of it which like stick out. Probably not all those. Oh, I'm leaning forward again. I'm doing it. I'm always doing it, aren't I? If you ever see me leaning forward and go, it's really leaning forward. Shouldn't be doing that. You can tell me. Say, Barry, you moron. What are you doing? Pay attention. Don't get so lost in the game that you lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Go. Oh, it's true. Things from like your childhood and teenage years kind of just somehow some of them just stick in your mind, no matter how irrelevant they are to your life in the future. Like songs that you learned as a kid, you still know them. No relevance to my current life, but I still know them. I think I want another one like this. This is good for like blocking a bit of. Okay. Okay, we're playing silly buggers, are we? Sure. It's rotating on a weird axis. You're an offline? Fair enough. You too. Don't be too stressed out or anything about your exams and stuff, right? Hopefully it all goes well for you. Good luck. I'll probably see you again before you do it anyway, won't I? I don't know. If I don't, then good luck with it all. If I do, still good luck, because, you know, maybe I'll forget to say it next time. Who knows? Sometimes I forget my own age. I definitely forget things like what I've said before. Things what I've said before. I know how to do grammar. Trust me. Great grammars. Right? My grammar just gets worse all the time now, somehow. No, it's only when I'm like talking and trying to do stuff at the same time, and you know, just get kind of lost in what you're doing. Start like saying something, change your mind on what you're saying halfway through, like, or just forget what you're saying halfway through. I feel that happens a lot. This one was going to be bigger than that. Let's get some like real chompers in here. Big old chunky rocks. Just wordlessly putting down rocks. This is quality entertaining content here. Only the most good qualities of contents. That's what we've got here. The most goodestest of quality contents. Let's just like copy over a bunch of this. Rotate it around. Won't be obvious that it's crap. Oh, you know what else we could do actually, since we're gonna have to like mess around with it anyway. Rotate it upside down. Then it will really not be recognizable as the same lot of rocks. Might also look a bit wacky, but it should look fine. Yeah, that looks good. It's pretty much covering the thingy everywhere. This is a very nondescript kind of bit of rock, so it's gonna be fine if we like copy that over a couple times. It tells you in the Zoopedia animals. Can we get Zoopedia open again? There it is. It's just a button for it up there. We don't need to go into animals at all. Bengal. Oh, here we go. Bengal tiger. It tells you how tall the fence needs to be, right? You need a climb-proof 3-meter fence. Oh. Is this like glass fence climb proof? Not climbable, good. I mean, it should be pretty hard to climb a glass fence, right? So we're gonna need to like select. I wish you could like drag around to select a bunch of. Can you? Can you select a bunch of fence this way? Nope. You can't. We can select the whole fence though. I need to see height above terrain to make sure it's, yeah, it's tall enough all the way along here. Just needs to be over 3 meters. Wait, what? That's not your height above the terrain. Oh crap, it might be wrong. I know those other bits, because this bit's definitely wrong. Yeah, that's 3 meters above terrain now, that's good. What is this bit? Oh, there we go. Now it's accurate. That's not 3 meters above terrain. That is. Okay. No, I don't. No. No! We don't want this, like, single post here. Please. Some of this looks like it's not. Yeah, it's not 3 meters. Meters, all that. Like all this here. Okay, so it was giving me accurate numbers for this bit. This bit here, though, is not going to be high enough, right? Although it should be. That 1 meter is definitely wrong. That must be giving me like 1 meter above this bit of ground. We don't need it like that, surely. Or is it because they can climb up on top of the rocks? We've got a full barrier around now, so we can stick the gate in. Where's the glass track airlock? No. That's for if you're getting like a. We could do like a train going through it. Not through this one, probably. I don't think it makes sense to have a glass habitat gate. That's probably better, right? So put it in the corner here. Maybe not like in the exact corner. Let's do a little like staff path. It's a little staff path, not like the world's thickest staff path ever. Let's make it longer. Wait, let's. We can connect it up to this like staff back path over there, over here. No, we can't. We can. Yes, we can. Good. All these staff paths and stuff are very temporary. I think eventually we'll have like a just like a road, a staff road going down this way, just like real flat, real straight, just like going, and a bunch of like paths coming off of it, staff to use. But it will be hidden behind wooden things and stuff like that. I guess it makes sense actually to have the staff path connect over here as well. So now, if we click on this habitat, we can find out the stats about it. It's humongous. And I wonder if the tigers probably won't be able to climb on this, will they? It's got all these branches and stuff. I think there's like actual things they can climb on in habitat. Enrichment? Yeah, climbable logs. Climbable natural trunk. Tunnel. How's that a tunnel? I guess it's followed. Small animal climbing frame. It's not that small. Oh, wow, the large ones are real big. Oh, wow. These things are cool. Yeah, maybe we'll have like a... I'm not opposed to using the pre-built thing. This one's a little bit crazy. It looks like a fun slide or something. Maybe we'll build our own. It'll be more fun to build our own anyway. Goat climbing mountain. Actually, probably goat climbing mountain, not a goat climbing mountain. Platform. Nice. Nice. We can like... So these logs for climbing up, climbing across the... yes. What if we have like some logs? I kind of want to rest the platform on rocks, not on logs. How's that? Is that touching the rock? It is touching the rock. We probably need a little bit more rock under it. Let's get the platform in first, and then we'll add some rocks to it. Quite long. Like, way longer than it seemed when it was just the tree going over it. I guess that tree was quite big. Got some like rocks sticking up here. Like this maybe? I think it's mostly resting on it. Probably want just like a couple like really little rocks. That's not very little. It's huge. Where are the little ones? Is this one little? I know there are little ones somewhere. This guy. Nope. Maybe there aren't little ones. Maybe they just seem little. Oh, this one's pretty small. This one's quite small, actually. Where were you when I needed you? A small rock. Just want to like make sure it's a smooth way up, so hopefully the tigers will just be able to climb up these rocks to get there. I suppose if we put some tigers in, then we'll know, right? So let's do that. Let's buy some tigers. Trade history, animal market, reset filters. Bengal tiger. Bengal tiger. Yeah, this one costs over 9,000. Got them all. One of them is cost green points. And now they're all in the trading center, right? So we could... wait, what do we have to do? And select these guys. And put them here. So now this will be a move. Delivery scheduled. We just have to wait for them to get put in. And let's just like fast forward until they arrive. They're gonna be like sad when they get here because they'll be all. What is this like? What is that? What's going on with that? Oh, sweet. One of them's been... Yes, one of them's been delivered. So now we should be able to view... Isn't there like a view thing like up here? Is that high? Clearly not. Oh, no, they're all being unboxed. Serious injury discovered. Wait, it's only just been delivered. How could it already be injured? We're gonna have to send that one back. We were sold a faulty tiger. Well, people are already very excited about the tigers. I suppose like the guests don't care whether there's a building here or not. Like, they just want to see the tigers. But I care whether there's a building here. I'm disgusted by the fact there isn't. That's it. It's like heat maps. That's the one. So we need to select a tiger, and then the traversable area. Habitat? Traversable area, okay. So they can't get up. No, they can't climb these rocks. That might be a good thing, because it means they can't climb any of the rocks to get up here, or to escape. And it looks like there's no places they can escape. And they can traverse more or less the whole area, except for where there are rocks. So they don't like walking on rocks, I guess. That's a shame. They do like walking on, like, bits of the rocks, just... Okay, we're gonna need to, like... Can we, like, keep this up while we put in climbable bits? I want to keep the heat map up. Add some, like, climbable stuff for them. Help them get up here. It's like if we want them to be able to get up onto there, right? So give them a little like... It's very hard to see what you're doing with the traversable area heat map on. Like I can't even tell if this thing is stuck in the ground or something. Yeah, does that make that traversable? Oh. Heat map. Bring me my heat map back. No, they can't find that. Okay, what if we have like 2 of them? It's like the first time working with animals that can climb stuff, so I'm learning. Learning the limitations of the game's engine. How about now? No, they still aren't allowed to climb on there. Really? Why not? This is like specifically listed in the game as a climbable object. Why can't the bloody tigers climb on it? Is it because it's being rotated? Like they can only climb on it if it's perfectly flat? So if so, that kind of sucks. Like, what's even the point of that? Boy, guys. It shows it as like having a grid on it, but like not as being actually climbable. What if we like give them like all of that? Oh look, they can swim! Oh, that's cool. You can dive under the water and everything. Oh man, that's awesome. This one's walking upside down in the water. What? What? Have I done something to cause that to happen? I don't see how I could have. Like, I think that maybe the swimming animation for this one is just bugged or something. Or maybe this is something that tigers actually do. They kind of like go on their back underwater and pretend to be walking upside down. We're gonna pretend that that's normal tiger behavior. So as far as I can tell, they could walk up here, and this is the climbable object, so they should be able to walk along there. Can we put something there, maybe? We'll give them, like, some food up here. We probably should give them food and water as well, shouldn't we? Maybe like give them a water pump over here somewhere. It's a little bit harder to place things when you've got like hills and things, isn't it? Maybe we'll give them water in their little cave. Makes sense. Can they even get into their little cave? If not, I'll give them some way to do it. Let's just put it in the middle of the ground over here somewhere, and then we can cover it up with rocks later. And give them a big food bowl. Is the tray or the bowl bigger? Tray costs a lot more. So maybe it's bigger, but they look about the same size. Let's put this here. Oh, it makes the terrain go weird when you put it down. This would be their feeding area. Maybe they can have another feeding area as well. Beds and shelters, enrichment items, toys. We'll give them like, oh, we can filter by Bengal Tiger. Put down boxes. They do want to play with boxes. If we give them this like punching bag thing up here, scratching post. Oh, it's a big scratching post. I just want to put something up here to see if it makes them come up here. Maybe we'll sink this scent thing inside it. We can't really sink it inside, can we? It'd be cool if there was just like an invisible item you can put down that makes animals come to it. That's... yeah, no, it sticks out the bottom. Let's give them the... I don't know whatever this thing is meant to be. The fire hose ball. Fire hose ball? Well, it's not a ball, that's... I see it's made out of fire hose. But it's not a ball, it's a cube. Are they like stuck? Like, this one's definitely stuck. This one is like swimming upside down. Where are the other ones? Apparently they're alright now. The vet must have come and fixed the one that was hurt. Are you gonna come play with this? If we like put another one over here, or someone come play with it. Yeah, looks... maybe this guy's going to play with it. Nakanet. No, Nachicat. I don't know. Oh. Oh, he can climb up here. Awesome. Awesome. Let's just leave that thing there for now. Oh, he's not even playing with it. He just wanted to sit up there. Oh, what? Why did he get moved? Why did he get put in a box? Oh, is it because I picked up this thing that was near him? Probably. If you move scenery near them, they get put in a box. So we can kind of like make a... oh. We can make like a... I don't know, bunch of these platforms they can follow to walk along there. It seems like they just like walking along these. They don't care if there's stuff for them to play with on them or not. Well, I'm still on a bit of a raw XD. That's let's see if I can like... kind of just have to wait for the tigers to be interested in this and come over. But hopefully, if I just like... I mean, maybe it doesn't need to... it doesn't need to be tipped at all, it can just go up. Rest on top of these ones. I imagine they'll be able to use that, though I don't know. Just have this like down here or something. So they've definitely got a way to go on there, right? Surely we saw him do that big jump to get onto the other one, so surely this little step up will be easy for him. But you never really know, do you, with like video game AIs? Especially in this game where the AI seems to be not very smart. But maybe the animal AI is much smarter than the guest AI. Probably. It's like it's a game based around animals. It's a zoo game. You would hope that they'd put some effort into the animal AI. Let's get a random rotation on these things. Just stick a bunch of rocks underneath these platforms for them to be resting on. Maybe if we stick some of these like big flat ones, the tigers will be able to walk on them. 'Cause it seems like they don't like walking on some of the more intricate rock work. Would be cool to have them walking all over the rocks, wouldn't it? Go cover up this like crazy hill that putting down the water pump has made. And they're just like roaring like crazy, aren't they? Not really roaring, they're more like yawning sounds or something, I don't know. They're vocalizing. That's what we'll say. I want to kind of like disguise this amongst the rocks. So it's just like the spout sticking out. I assume we can't like put too many rocks over it or the tigers won't be able to drink out of it. Get confused or something. Probably need to stick some rock bracketing. This guy. I've been forgetting to blink. The excitement of placing rocks is just too much for me. Can't blink and place rocks at the same time. It's not possible. We definitely need some like bracketing here too, don't we? Like, it's kind of, this area in here is a little bit lame, a little bit boring looking. Trying to make it look like it's like, you know, growing out of little bits of dirt between the rocks and stuff, as some plants like to do. I don't know if bracken's the kind of plant that does that. Seems like it would be, right? I don't know that much about bracken. I mean, I don't know that much about plants in general. I'm not a botanist. I know a little bit about some plants. So yeah, like, oh look, this one climbed all the way along. They don't really like this last bit. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, if I move this, he's gonna get boxed up, isn't he? I think we're like... I think maybe we just want it flat. Probably makes it easier for them to use to have it flat. Oh, right. Do another one. We make this. There's other climbable bits, right? Make like a smaller platform. So they can like really like climb on up. So it's definitely going to be a window here, right? You're not going to get a great view of them from this window. Sure, if there was a tiger here eating, you would get a pretty good view of it. You need to get like a keeper to come in and we see the traversability for keepers. Staff traverse. Yeah, they can get to there. I assume. They can get all the places around the bowl, so I assume they can get to the bowl. We get someone to come fill this bowl up. Is there like a keeper is assigned? Okay. Let's call a keeper to urgently fill this bowl. Oh, look, someone just like chucked some food here. They're all like hanging around together. Chilling. I'm pretty sure I turned off breeding because like crocodiles are breeding so much. So these guys shouldn't breed. How is So could the keeper just walk through there? Are they like tame enough that they're not going to try to eat the keeper? Guess we'll find out. It's alright, we can hire a new keeper if they get eaten. We don't mind. We don't mind if the keeper gets eaten. It'd be a good, a good bit of entertainment for the guests. Not every day you get to see a zookeeper eaten by a tiger. Really, anyone eaten by a tiger. And if that is something you see every day, then where do you live? The mansion of a Colombian drug lord or something? Seems like something that would happen somewhere like that, right? Basically nowhere else in the world. Stick some big ones in. They won't be that big because they're mostly like covered by the ground. Just really want like rocks all along our stream. I want to like put a bunch of those flowing things in here too to make it look like the stream's flowing. Yeah. Water Rapids Foam? I think that's the one. Yeah. Oh. Placed it like way low. Somehow placed it like in the ground. Kind of annoying that the little emitter of it is visible, but apparently it has to be because otherwise you can't place it on the surface of the water. Why are, like... Why is that one so low down? Are they all really low down? Like, why are they all, like... all, like, super low down? Where is it? There it is. We're gonna have to, like, raise them all up. Hard to tell when you're placing from the top down. But obviously, like, the foam needs to be on the surface. Not, like, way down here. We're gonna need, like, a select thing. Where is it? It's in there somewhere. There it is. Shit. I didn't mean to deselect it. We got two of them down here, right next to each other. Probably fine. Oh, one of them is low, and the other one is like at also low, but not too low. There. We're gonna have to add a whole bunch more of these things too. I wish they would just like snap to the surface of the water. That would be useful. Construction, special effects, water. Jet splash large. I think we want some like splashes around the rocks, right? Right. Along the edges and stuff. Where like the rapids, where the water like would be crashing into these like edges. Probably need some more of these like rapid bits, rapid foam, rapid splash. Rapid splash sounds like a Pokemon move or something. Oh, that's actually a really good splash, that one. Yeah, I like that. That's good. We're gonna have a lot of splash around here. If it gets really narrow, going around this bend. Probably it would be like all splashing up against this rock. It's like coming this way, like. That's the sound it will make. But we need to get all the rocks in before we can really get on the splash thing, right? We won't know exactly where it needs to splash until we know where all the rocks are. I feel like we can get another bridge thing over here. Maybe we can chuck in some of these guys for them to stand on. I don't know if they can actually stand on them. They seem to have trouble with the ones that I put in the cave, but maybe that's just like I didn't put them quite right or something. It seems like the flat ones, they should be able to stand on pretty easy, right? One would think. It's very large. I don't always manage to click on the really big ones. There's so many that aren't big. I like this one, it's quite flat, so it's like good for doing these edges and hoping that the tigers will be able to walk on it. I don't know if they will, but maybe. I don't want to do the bottom so that it gets like gradually lower, even though the surface of the water is going to be the same the whole way along because of the way the water works in this game. It'd be cool if it looks kind of looked like the stream is flowing down. There will be bits where it pops up again, just because of the way the terrain is underneath. But those bits are where we can like add a bunch of extra rapids, rapid splashes and things. Where we can do our rapid splash attack. Magikarp, use rapid splash. It does nothing. Rapidly, like quick attack, but splash, so it still does nothing. It still does nothing because it's splash. But you get to act first. And there's like, you know, there's a bit of swag in being able to act first, isn't there? We are going to have a lot of like water effects over here, which probably cover up a lot of visibility of what's under here, but you know, still important that we get it looking alright. Maybe. Or maybe it's not important at all. These ones are not too important. It's like covering up a little bit of the really lower stuff that's there, but you know, super underwater, so barely visible. I think that one was just completely underground accidentally, but hard to tell. Maybe I should have put all the rocks in before doing any of the splash details. That would be sensible. Why would we be sensible here? A little bit of terrain visible through there. This bit does not matter so much. I don't know why I'm like worried so much about. Maybe I could cover up some of the little like emitter guys with rocks. it looks better already just having all the rocks there. Not so sure about like all the splashing up there, but it's fine. Seams and stuff. Obviously, like all these little bits are going to get filled up with graphics, so I don't have to worry too much about what they look like. Good to give them like little bits of rock to hide, so, right? I assume, like many cats, tigers love hiding. But being like such a big animal, like a Bengal tiger, probably isn't as concerned about hiding, except when they're like doing their hunting practice and stuff, or just actual hunting. Like what's gonna mess with a tiger? A Bengal tiger? They must be one of the biggest animals. Maybe the only thing I can think of that would be bigger than them in the Indian subcontinent would be the Indian elephants. Right? Elephants aren't going to mess with you. If you're not messing with them, they'll leave you alone. Generally, unless they're going crazy, stampeding, or like going on a riot. Like sometimes, like you'll hear about like an elephant that goes on a rampage and kind of like tramples a bunch of people and stuff. But usually it's because like the elephant was being abused in some way. There's a lot of that going on, isn't there? Poor elephants. Kind of feel a little bit of sympathy for the elephant in the end. Yes, I do. Oh yeah, people were like, chucking peanuts at it or something. What do people do to elephants? Probably horrible things. Much worse than chucking peanuts at it. That's all I could think of. They make weird sounds, don't they? Is that the sounds that Bengal tigers actually make? There must be. They would have gone to like the effort of figuring out. They probably recorded actual animals. There's probably like an actual animal making that sound. Just really offended it by saying it sounds weird. You don't want to offend it. Okay. Coming for me. It's like, what, you think my sounds are weird? I think your sounds are weird. Oh, that's hurtful. Now I know how you feel. I'm so sorry. And then we'll kiss and make up. That's definitely how that would go. Because tigers can talk. That's we all know. I've watched Disney movies before. I know all animals can talk. It's like a little spot for some more bracken in there. These guys are great, these rocks. Let's have a look at the traversable area, see. Yeah, a lot of these rocks they can walk on, that's good. Like the flat ones they can kind of walk on. Why have they not put any food in here yet? Oh, maybe they have, and we missed it. I want to see one of them eating from here. Oh, my eyes. So I think we'll have like a lot of trees along the back here. Like a big like wooded area in there. Can we go to nature? Filter by species? No, but we can filter by, I think it's tropical that they are. Tropical Asia. Okay. That's as specific as we can get. Tropical Asian foliage. There's not very much of it. In the Bengal bamboo, it's got Bengal in its name. It must be the same as the tigers. Must be from the same place. Random rotation still, yeah. I want to do like clusters instead of the lines a bit. Just like get real like thick in here. There's little bits where the rocks look a little weird, but that will be covered up by bamboo. Some of that will need to be touched up. Oh yeah, we want these like Asian like cooler ones poking out. Oh. Jeez, pardon me. We get like some lower bits, like I'm not sure if that's how like this might be where I probably need to get it. I'll be right back. It seems backwards. Hmm. Huh. A weeping willow is from Asia. I always thought of it as like a European tree. It's like so common in European stories and stuff. Maybe it's both. It's probably from both, right? Eurasia being pretty much one continent. Africa at least has some claim to being a separate continent because it's only linked by that little like spit of land. Like by the Sinai Peninsula. Oh, you know what? There are tons of Asian tropical plants. It's just that all the other... I had temp written in there. For some reason these ones are all classed as temp. I guess temperate. I thought it was weird that there were so few choices. Okay, let's get rid of all those things. Instead we'll use a bunch of these guys to like push it up. These look a lot better. I think we want to really push it up around here. Further off this way we'll push it up more too, but not yet. Eucalyptus. I thought that was an Australian tree. Not an Asian tropical tree. Oh, does Australia count as Asia in this game? I mean, this literally says African oil palm. There's no way it can be from tropical Asia. I guess they could be. It could just be a bad name, right? Coconut palm tree. Coastal mangrove trees. Ooh, look at all the elephant ears. These might be nice to like mix in among the bracken. That seems a little bit high. There's something in here too. I guess the tigers aren't going to like having the bracken in here because it's not from their biome, right? Like it's not listed under the tropical Asian things. We'll use these guys. But they're gonna, you know what? You're gonna have to live with the bracken because I like it. Do animals really know like that much about what's native to their biomes and stuff? Surely to the tiger it's just a bush, right? They're not going to be like, oh, this bush isn't native to where I come from, therefore I'm very upset that it exists here. I can't imagine that. So we've given them a big like jungle to hide in, to like play around in. I feel like they'll like a jungle. But we've also got a bunch of open area. Let's go to... We still need... Oh, the bracken. A lot of brackenage. We can get one of those elephant ear things as well. I kind of want to like bracken up the edges of this. So we like start with like a really tall stuff, and then we slowly get down to like lower and lower foliage. So we've just got like a couple bits of like bracken sticking out. Some of these like bits in here probably need to be thickened up somewhat, like towards the edges of it. We got a little bit crazy with it over here. All of this stuff here, you know, we're just going to be seeing it from a distance. So as long as it looks good from a distance, I'm very happy with it. If it also looks good close up, then all the better, but the distance is the important view. And if it looks good close up but not from a distance, then we've done something wrong. Just get a little bit like sticking out there. I like being able to switch between doing the plants and the rocks. So I don't get too crazy doing just like a billion rocks, or you know, likewise for the billion plants. You can mix it up a little. Probably won't even end up finishing the habitat, let alone the buildings to look at the habitat from. But we've got a very good idea of what it will look like. I'm still kind of iffy on the buildings as well anyway. Like, I feel like at the moment I'm leaning towards trying to do some kind of Indian style. Maybe try like a subcontinental style kind of like temple up on this hill. How's that look? Looks good. Yeah, it actually does look good. The little bits of orange in there, really add a little extra color. Thinking maybe we can have like a rock, or like a big rock formation or something sticking out of it. Maybe. I don't know if these rocks are the right ones to choose. Yeah, they could be alright, we just need to like delete a little bit of it. Ooh. kind of feel like sticking out over here or something would be a good spot for it. Maybe it doesn't need to be a huge amount of rocks sticking out, just like a little bit of it. Just like a hint of this rock here. Oh, it looks better like that. Yeah. So I'll drop a save. When we last saved? Not that long ago, actually. Quite recently. I don't remember saving many times, which means we went like 2 hours without saving properly. Not the best idea. Sometimes that happens. We haven't had a crash since that. We had that one crash, and since then there haven't been any others. So in my however many hours I've been playing this game now, 50 hours or something. I haven't been playing that long. 20 hours? Something more like that. In all that time, we've only had one crash. Makes me less concerned about always saving, but also still must remain constantly vigilant. Because if I let down my guard, that's when it's going to start crashing. Crashing all over me. It's a big, like, overgrown rock, right? Ooh. A bit of like bracken sticking out from under there. We got a tiger over here playing with that toy. How does this look from like up here, guest eye view? Yeah, pretty good. Need to like bracken up these areas too, I think. Yeah, like some good big bits in like these little ponds. A bit like running down here. And like spots where you'd get like water trapped, right? Like you probably get a bunch of water trickling down this little bit here when it rains. But we want to get bracken in there that would have grown out of like the dirt that gets washed in there and stuff. I like how like just little bits of it stick out. Maybe something like this. Lets me like really fade the bracken away in a way that maybe looks a little bit weird when you look at it like super close up. If we look at it from a distance, hopefully it will not look too weird. Looks a little bit weird. Because it needs to be like beefed up a little bit in some of these spots. Got like a straight line here of nothing. No bracken. Probably we need to address. It looks too weird having like a straight line. No, it's no straight line. Good. I think we just like do some more little tufts of this stuff around here. Around this spot too. I mean, this is where their water is. They're gonna be slopping everywhere. They're big cats, right? They'll be lapping it up with their like giant tiger tongues. I assume they have big tongues. I assume that's how they drink. Maybe they should have got someone who knows more about animals to run this zoo. But you know what? They got me. So that's what they're gonna have to deal with. I think we want like a little bit of it growing up this rock. Yeah, it looks particularly good growing up the rocks. Like in this little crevice here, that makes sense. A little bits of bracken popping out of there. That's where it really shines, I reckon, the bracken. Like, being able to really fade our foliage into the rocks in a satisfying way. How's that looking? Oh yeah, it looks way better on here with like the bracken over that side. I think it was just looking very unbalanced before, but now it looks way better. I think we just want to put some kind of like enrichment item here for them. Because they can walk on that. It'd be cool to give them like a rubbing pad bar. Or just a rubbing pad, a scratching post. We'll give them a big scratching post here. People will watch them scratch themselves. Get a little bit of rock to cover that stump. I want to make it look like it's bolted directly into the rock. There are no rocks called bracken, somehow. Imagine that. Not this one. This guy. Nice. Now hopefully someone will come over here and use that a bit. We want more of these like elephant ears as well. Wherever we got like a big patch of bracken, makes sense to have a couple of elephant ears and probably stick some around. We definitely need a bunch of bracken in there, or something like some kind of bushy thing in there. I think the bracken works fine. Bracken 3. Just to like kind of like, so there's not too much like ground visible underneath the canopy of those trees. I want it to look like really overgrown in there. On your... Oh yeah, it's good old elephant grass. I don't think the tigers will like it, but it's a good way of like getting some like growing this in the back here. I don't really care what the tigers like or don't like. It suck. Oh look, one of us using the scratching post. You're not going to get a great view from this window. I think we just have like a smallish window here. Just so you can get a little glimpse in. Maybe it could have like a big arch there. Okay, we at least get a small start on this building. Just Indian pieces, right? Indian. Actually, placing that down creates the grid. We don't want to do that. I want to make sure it's... Actually, if it's right on the curve, then it won't be in line with that thing. And it will never be able to be in line with that. But we can do it too thick, right? I'm just gonna stick that into the ground there. Think about how we can let's move advance move this whole thing, a world axis this way a little bit. I don't think we can change the color of these, sadly. Sandstone walls. Are these the only Indian pieces that exist? Oh, arches are nice. They're not quite wide enough though. And also, yeah, it's not wide enough at all. I would need a much gentler curve. Do the sandstone bricks allow recoloring? No. You can just have that as the wall, as the window. It's smaller than I had intended it to be. How would that look? It's just like a little like peak. We'll fix the other side as well, but not now. Oh, maybe now. No, not with panel. It's with wall. Not with brick wall. Regular sandstone. It's under arches. That can definitely go closer to the pathway, that bit there. This barrier. As soon as we edit the barrier, probably will do something weird. Like box up every single tiger. There we go. Oh, it didn't. Good. It's using the bridge really weirdly. It's going like just along the very edge of it. Come on, this is just an in-game piece which is meant to be climbable, which I've put down perfectly flat, and yet the tiger is still walking on the very edge of it. Oh well, and now they're doing a little running man on the spot. Man, they don't like the bit of the habitat that I've like put stuff in for them, do they? They just want to hang around over here in the open grassland. We'll have more open land for them in here, like quite a bit of open space in there. And yeah, more jungle back there. But how does that look from inside, at least? Looks pretty cool from inside. The rocks, obviously, we need to get moved a little. This rock. Just like rotate it out. Yeah. This one will just need to go that way a little. This one that way. Sandstone wall. So you come up here, you got this little like window, like little arch window there. This guy. Which rock is that? Is that this rock? Could be this rock. What's that? Oh. Not gonna worry about that. Someone trying to get me to fix their internet. No. Nope. So if we do that, right? So instead of having one big window, we can have a bunch of like archways. We can position these area bits so that they're inside the arches. That's kind of nice. I reckon we can make this like a kind of Indian building. It doesn't need to be another super modern building. But not that there's like anything wrong with doing super modern buildings, it's just like I've done a lot of them. It would be nice to do something different. Surely I can like remove this barrier inside that rock. Let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, well, not inside the rock, but inside the arch at least. Why does it suddenly jump? There we go. Guess it was something to do with the way I was looking at it. I looked at it wrong. So we definitely need to move the rocks a little here. I think, because this won't select barrier, right? We can just select a bunch of rock. Get it on world axis. No. Move it this way a little. I think this rock in here needs to get like moved up and out a little as well. Nice. Oop. Keep accidentally like pressing escape one too many times and it opens up the menu. I think there's like a tiny bit of stuff visible down there. Oh, yeah, there's a tiny bit of it visible there. Let's try to get a little bit of rock in there. It's kind of hard to do these. Oh, it's still no line to surface. There we go. Alright. We probably want to get another bit of some of this stuff. Like just aligning the lip here. Where's a good little rock? That's kind of a little rock. Back to rocks. Oh yeah. Going ham with the rock placement. Let's get some more bracken off of things, sure. Get some of these like medium-sized ones in here too. Even the small ones. There's the small one actually. Get some medium ones in while I put down small ones. Small guy in there. Another one, right? That. Bracken? Our good friend, the Bracken. Our best friend. We love Bracken. I speak for everyone when I say that. It's like, you know, I can't imagine there's a person who doesn't like Bracken in this game. Maybe in real life. Like, Bracken killed my dad. I can't believe it. Why would you say that you love Bracken? Bracken's the worst. Like, really? Has Bracken ever hurt anyone? Probably someone. Someone has probably managed to get hurt by basically anything. Anything you can think of. I've been doing it again. I've been leaning forward. You know. Dad. I was gonna say I'd been a bad boy, but then I realized that, doesn't sound right. I guess I did end up saying it, but I said it, I mentioned it rather than, like, actually saying it. I caught myself before I said it. There was enough, like, brain activity still going on despite the bracket placement, which has taken over my most of my mental power. There'll be more rock going on here too, so we won't probably continuing that any more that way. How's this look from in here? Oh, it looks lovely from in here. You get like a great view of the waterfall. The waterfall actually looks like it should look, and not just weird. From up here, you know what? The waterfall doesn't look like it's crazy. Like up here either. It's only really from this side that you can tell that it has to do this like big jump over that thing because of the dumb water mechanics in this game. But otherwise, very good. And these are the main views we're going to see this from anyway. Not really going to... we might look from this way a little bit, but it's only if you look from down here that it looks weird. If we look from up at this angle, which we might do in order to look at this, like, viewing structure here. This rock here is going to have to move in this way though. This rock as well. Still sticking up very slightly. I feel like, yeah, rotating a little on the blue axis. I want these rocks like right up against the glass, but not like sticking through it, you know? It's cool we can just use the glass of the, like the glass of the fence, the barrier of the exhibit. Man, it's very thin, isn't it? We could just use that as our windows. I like it. It'd be cool if we could not have such a deep layer under the floor, right? Like, it doesn't need this whole bit, does it? It could just be a nice thin slice, but the game generates this whole bit underneath as well. There's not really any way to avoid that. Like, we could have the floor here, or we could have it, like, up here. Like, way up here. Like, it can either go there, or there, basically. Which would be way too high. So, there it is. Construction. Let's get back to editing this thing. Oh, I don't have very much time left, actually. I have to end this stream a little bit earlier than usual. I'm going to get my booster shot. I don't know why I like mimed a syringe for that. You know what a booster shot is. I assume you don't need a syringe mine to be told that. There's no real like parapet pieces in the Indian set, which is weird because there's beam? Indian. Yeah, this gives us all the same pieces. Oh, man, I just smashed the microphone. Silly of me. So I'm thinking, like, always a worry when I'm thinking, but I'm thinking, oh, that's not it. I saved some pictures of some cool Indian buildings and stuff. I was thinking about making it an Indian building. I'm going to look at that right now. So I'm thinking I might have to like switch this. I'm thinking like maybe something kind of like this. Like we've got the arches. Obviously not this in its like ruined state, but what this would have looked like when it was new, that kind of thing. I mean, I've got a bunch of like cool. This building's actually in Pakistan, but it's built in a Bengali style, so like this these kind of like curved roofs are very Bengali. What else have we got? Yeah, another Bengali structure. It's like some. I don't think this one is Bengali. It's like a Hindu temple shrine thing. What else have we got? We got this guy. You can see arches are very prevalent in the vernacular. This guy here. They've got more interesting, more decorated arches, but I don't know if... I guess we could try to figure out how to do a really cool decorated arch. And all these like panels on the walls and stuff. Yeah, this thing is gaudy as hell. We're not going to try to make anything like that. It just looks silly when stuff's got too much gold on it, don't you think? It just makes it look like... I know, it's like when you see someone like driving like one of those really low and thin cars with like no clearance, so if they go over a speed bump they probably like smash the front off it. And you just think, come on, you're just showing off with that. It doesn't look good. It's just like showing off. Or maybe that's just me. Some people really love gold, I guess. But yeah, I got this whole like history of different styles and stuff that were used in the Bengal Sultanate and stuff like that. We get a lot of this like temple architecture here. You get these kind of many peaked things. I believe. I mean, this is probably wrong. I think the peaks are meant to represent mountains, right? This is like Mount, what is it, Mount Muri or something like that, which is the sacred mountain in Hinduism. Citation needed. Something like that. But I'm thinking like, you know, maybe get inspiration from these kinds of like temples for the temple that we put on our hill. Like I quite like the looks of these guys. I'd like to go for one of these ones with like a bunch of towers, but I don't know how doable these kind of like stepped domes will be. But for this building, like, we can pull inspiration from these kind of like many arched buildings. I don't think this building needs to be ridiculously complicated or anything. There's also this guy here. You see that these are pretty like Indian, these kinds of like balcony things. I like the look of this one, but it might just be every building looks better when it's like directly on the water, doesn't it? But yeah, there's some like thoughts, I'm having. I probably do want to use like some of these cool arch pieces to make our arch more interesting and more decorated. But it does also make the windows smaller. It's kind of like the opposite of what I want. From the inside, all it does is make it so you've got less of a view. some of these cool like decoration pieces though. Stick a bunch of these on, like cool pillars and things like that. These things. Now we're definitely gonna end up just going crazy with these things. I can feel it. It's gonna have panels on panels on panels. Oh, oh crap. Placed it wrong. Yeah, like this guy, as much as I like it, it's not gonna work for us. Ooh, this like wooden arch. This is like the perfect shape. It's exactly the shape that we see in all those reference images. Cool. Oh my god, come on. Just rotate to the way I want you to rotate. There we go. Can we like get rid of the green paint? Maybe we can just like get it to match the colors of what we've got going already. Like a little bit oranger. Use the same color for that so there's no like line. I don't really like the line on there. And like that doesn't cut so much into the view. It just gives a nice interesting shape to the old columns. To the column? Not the column. The arch. We'll end up needing some like pillars in here. Those sides. Ooh. Probably not the actual pillar pieces though. Oh, we've got all these cool like bay windows. Nice. Brackets. Fabric. Ooh. Oh, that would be great as like a sunshade. We could use these, a bunch of these, like spread over here as sunshades on the top floor. But I don't want to have actual like roof on the top floor. Ooh. Oh, this is way better than the other one. You. 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 Yeah, there we go. You're not wanted anymore. You know, we got random rotation still on, that's why. This. Oh, just the top of the. What is it? Asya. Asya? Or maybe the whole thing. Yeah, I think we do the whole thing. Nice. So I don't think we'll use these bits at all. They're useful for planning out what we're going to have. But the actual... our actual stuff is going to be made out of something much fancier. I like these. It might even keep the color. The color is bold, but it could work. No, this building is too big. It can't be bright red. If the entire building is bright red, it's like too much, right? Let's make it more of like a... More like a neutral color. Something like... Yeah, something like that. What's this bit for? Oh, that must be the other side. This is the insets. We could go for a little bit of like color in the insets, like a little bit of an orangey kind of color. What's this? Panel. Main pillar. Main pillar. Piece for these things. Nice. Is there like a middle bit I was meant to use or something? Because this doesn't really line up with the piece it's meant to go with. We're just going to be making this whole thing out of like bricks manually. I think I make like one side of this and then copy it over to the other side. Probably we want to make the bit that's like sitting here, because it'll be the easiest to see what we're doing on. Why is the axis so weird? It's always weird, isn't it? We're just gonna make this building on the world axis. That way, things will just work, right? Okay. I suppose we don't want it too high because of the weird, like, floor thing. There's no floor above. Thought I heard someone like outside the game. Like my phone going off or something, but I don't think it. Maybe. No wait, these are unrecolorable. Are there any of the recolorable pieces here? Or are they all not recolorable? That's really annoying. I guess we're gonna have to make the whole thing this color then. I much prefer the color I've gone with that. I guess these pieces are recolorable, so we can just make it entirely out of these bits. Might have to. This is recolorable. It's going to be a pretty ambitious building if we make the whole thing out of, like, these tiny little pieces. It might be our only choice. It will let us make it more interesting. Yes, this is slightly wider than... Oh no, seems to be pretty much the same width as these things. Wider than the other pieces that it goes with, weirdly, but that just seems to be a theme in this game. The pieces that are meant to go together don't actually fit with each other properly. That's fine, because we kind of want to do something more interesting with it anyway. So that will have to go back slightly more. These ones. Like that. And in this slot we'll like stick something else. Maybe just some more of this stuff. Blue axis. Oh. Nope. We're not allowed to select this one now. Come on. There we go. Got it. Just have to like flip inside that other thing to select it. Ooh, what's this? This can go inside there. Perfect. Get this thing real decorated. That seems to be the theme from like the Indian architecture I was looking at. It seems to be like generally quite heavily decorated. Can we filter by like recolorableness property? Flexi color? I guess that's what that's like the in-game name for recolorable pieces, flexi color. Man, there are barely any flexi color pieces. I think we're gonna have to end up using like the backs of some of these pieces as our walls. Yeah. I need to select these guys again. There we go. Gonna delete those ones. Not that. We're gonna put a base in. It's not gonna stay there. Obviously. Okay. Yeah, nice. This is just gonna go back there as like the back of this. And maybe the second one is the back. Alright. What's that? Looks like the back. Whoa, what? That's whack. Wait, what? Why did it just like rotate itself without my permission? Or did I accidentally press something that made it do that? Most likely. What kind of pieces could we use to like... Ooh, we've got these bits that are recoverable. Are these like... Oh, these are made of wood. Wooden windows, drapery, flag thing. Wait, no, don't put that down. I'm trying to click on the flag things. These flags. They're nice. These are all made of wood, right? These windows. Yeah. Ooh. Canopy thing. What if... Figure out the color for this later, but of like this was on the front of that. Okay, it kind of like gets in the way of all that, doesn't it? Doesn't line up properly with anything. I think we just use these things. But once again, lining it up is going to be a bother. About some like pillars like this. It's kind of interesting. And this whole bit up here can kind of like move up slightly. Just sit on top of it. I guess it kind of... Part of the problem is that this sticks out. We need something to make it look less weird there. Okay. The rounded bit doesn't really work. Maybe we do have to go with like a wooden thing. There must be some like non-Indian stone pieces which just work for this, like yeah, like something like this. It doesn't need to be Indian stone. It can be any kind of stone. Like stone is stone, isn't it? Let's be real. Stone. Oh, I see. And these are like grid pieces. Oh, this is not. This would be perfect, like this guy. We just need to get it in the right color. There. Yeah, we don't need to use only the Indian pieces. We can use other bits to fill in the gaps where the game hasn't provided us appropriate Indian pieces. What's that bit? Oh, that's part of that. Okay. What if we just had a bunch of like arches like that? You need to go pretty soon. Let's delete that one too. Why has it made the color change? What? What? Why is it doing that? What game? Do I need to like reapply all the colors? No, the game is just bugged or something, I don't know. Well, does this bit? No, this bit keeps its color. Maybe this piece is bugged, so when you copy it, it loses its color. I think also we need kind of like a ridge between each of these. What's this piece called? Limestone base trim 4 meter. Let's get the 1 meter one. For that bit, so it's not like sticking out too much down the bottom. Alright, yeah, that piece is just bugged. We're gonna have to like manually go in and recolor it each time. Oh, this piece is also that piece that I'm used in there. It's very hard for me to select. There we go. That should be that color. I don't know if I want it to be that color, actually. Maybe we'll take this opportunity to make it a different color. Great. Oh, we got like a line of one color. Yeah, like a light line. And then I don't know about the light line. Nope, that's not the piece. Maybe it'd be good if this like brighter. Like that. We just like select. Yeah, okay. Delete that. This seems to be the easiest way to select only the bit I want. The selection box for this, like, arch piece is completely bugged, right? I think the selection boxes for all these things are a little bit buggy. Was the Indian stuff added in like a DLC maybe? It's just like a dodgy DLC where they didn't, they like rushed it out a little bit or something. Or like didn't pay enough attention to what they were doing. So like everything is impossible to select. And, like the colors don't transfer properly. Okay, the color transferred properly that time. It's just that one piece that the colors won't transfer properly on. On this piece, they transfer. It's even weirder. Why? Why is this game like this? I mean, that looks good, right? I feel like that looks pretty cool. Ended up going much more decorated than I had thought I would. I don't know why there's like a weird shadow there. And the other ones, it's normal. But otherwise, that's pretty cool. Oh, you know what it is? It's the stupid fence. It's like the barrier. So we just need to like make sure the barrier is pushed as far back as it possibly can be. So, yeah, there's a post there. This one. Good. This one. Hopefully that's good. That's out of it. Nice. Let's delete all of this junk. We don't need any of that. We've got the bits that we need out of this, and we're gonna be making all the other bits we need out of like non-grid pieces as well. Like more of these pieces. We'll have to do something along the top of it. Flexicolor. the Indian. Where are those pieces that I was using? They in yes, yeah, they're in here somewhere. Oh, wait. Maybe they're under like props. Yeah, they gotta be in here somewhere. Oh, they're here. Okay. Who I mean? Where's the panel? Panel is in wall decorations. There's also the inside of this that we need to fix. Maybe if we just copy over what we've got on the outside. Then it would just work. Let's reset all the colors. Why does it do that? Why does it reset all the colors? God damn it, game. I'm not going to put it in there with all the colors wrong. Copy that one in. It's only reset the colors for that one thing, not all the colors. It's just that one piece that, for some reason, the game just hates. It hates me having recolored that one piece, and every time I copy it, it resets it. That's actually had it basically perfectly lined up, didn't I? Okay, we can line it up using these guys. The top. It's more or less perfect. That looks good inside. It's got to fill the gap between them. Okay, some of these are going to need to be moved slightly, like manually positioned. That's what happens when you use off-grid pieces, I suppose. I don't know, I'm trying to even manually reposition all these, am I? Okay, I'll try to get all the arches lined up at least. This one seems almost perfectly right. Already. I think this one's pretty much there already as well. Yeah, that's good. This one. Oh, this one's quite off. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. Now we get some more of these guys actually, I think, in here. These will just be our like little filler pieces. Oh, stuck on the floor. There's a bit of give with these because the place where they meet is inside the columns. We are probably going to need to do something about that bit there too. It'd be cool if we could get the glass of the barrier to be in the middle there, but the glass won't, like the barrier won't go any closer to the path than this, so we're kind of like stuck with it being there. I feel like we can cover up these bits with this. We'll probably want to have little like sticky outy things as well. Maybe like some of these. It's time. It's time for me to get going. And yet here I am, still playing. I wonder if any of the like wood pieces be any good for up here. Not that. You know, a piece like this. No, that doesn't work. I think we just use like these and then rotate them so only half of them sticks through. Obviously this thing is not really simple, so let's get it so it is. And then just shoot it right on that axis. And maybe this can come up a little bit more. Ooh. I like that. Why am I still playing? Why am I not going when I know I should? This game is too addictive. I've just gone like into the groove of it. Of like building this building. Feeling good about it. Yeah, I reckon we could not use these, but use these instead. It's like line them up across the thing. Whoop. Maybe in these spots we'll put something different. So like a little triangle would be good. We can figure out a way to do a little triangle there. We could use the art pieces, but I don't really want to use those. It's probably like a brick or something. Brick. Oh, block. Or... No, it is brick, right? It won't be under walls, it'll be recolorable bricks. Structured props. This North African plaster bricks, maybe we do it. Now it's a triangle. World axis. Make it the right color. Is that the right color? Oh, it's still the same. Oh, actually, wait, this thing's not square. Damn it. You want one that's actually square. There must be like a square brick. That looks square. It looks really square, right? Why is it not square? Or is it only square on that axis? So we need to like... It's probably only square on one axis. Yeah, well it's definitely not square on that axis. Despite looking square. Brick. Block. Wait, these... I mean, this will be square, but it's, huge. Maybe we do need to use the art pieces. This is like a prop or something. Maybe we could get it to work with this. This actually also doesn't look square. So maybe it's just my eyes that are wrong, but it is square. You know what it is? It's like the rotation hasn't rotated it perfectly evenly. Probably wherever we put it down, it decided to like put it in a spot that wasn't really square, like it wasn't flat. Oh, actually, it's because we don't have these on the other side. That's why that was super weird. Anyway, I'm gonna have to struggle with this some more later. I think that topper thing looks good. So we're just gonna have to figure out how to do those middle bits between the toppers and shit. I look at the time, I'm like, whoops. I am gonna have to head off. So we just saved. I always get worried when it says warning, unsaved changes will be lost, but we did just save. Good programs know that you've just saved and they don't give you the warning if you have just saved. I guess that's more of like a word editing software kind of issue, not like a game thing. Alright, sweet. We made some progress there, and I have to go, so goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day.